Okay, let's see if if that works.
Good.
Yeah, I'm
I can
just
hear
not
you.
sure if the audio on YouTube is working.
Are you using oh, there's definitely reverberation. Are you using the other phone? Yeah, there's some reverberation sounds. Echoes. I might suggest putting on some headsets or something.
So let's see if it still works because
Okay.
but now I think on
I
YouTube
might
there is
suggest
no.
putting on some headsets or something. I can hear myself still speaking.
Okay, I think now I figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, it's it wasn't sure if when I turned down the sound of my computer, if I still going to have it on YouTube. Uh, it's like
Did you post the YouTube link in somewhere?
yeah, I'll try.
Actually, I found the link. I got it.
Oh, okay.
So this way, people can type in the chat too
Yeah, yeah.
on YouTube if they want. I still think there's reverberation sound on your computer.
On my computer.
So actually, it's fine now. But usually, when I was talking, I would hear myself talking
Yeah,
afterwards.
I know because I know why. I just had needed a second to check because I have never done this before. So now there shouldn't be, unless I have the mic open, that shouldn't be.
Cool.
So what did you say about the maps? The
Yeah,
on the BNB side?
yeah. I think there was a med buy actually on BNB.
Oh yeah, I see the peak. $22,000. Wow. Yeah, it seems. I mean, Earn has been doing fairly well, um, despite. Let's see how the overall market is doing. I think it's recovering a little bit. It's not as bad as yesterday. So Bitcoin is at 64, Ethereum 33, Solana at 170. AVAX is still sitting above 50, which is nice. Let's see where my lovely Tezos is. $1.18. Oh well, it's above $1. I'll take that. But yeah, I think it's probably going to range a little bit for a while before the halving. People wait on that to happen, so there's not much movement. We do have the project Smoked launch tomorrow. That will be interesting. Or is it today,
That's
Michael?
today.
Oh, it's
I think it's
today,
today.
right? At 10:30. Yeah, so in about an hour. Yeah. I keep confusing the weekdays. Is it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. So tomorrow we are gonna have the launch of 0x52, which is so cool. So some things to look forward to. And yeah, Earn sitting currently at 1,000,004. And yeah, there's a decent amount of buys coming in. So when we look on DEX tools, yeah, we had actually $8,000 in buys, only 2,800 in sells. So it kind of flipped the story here a little bit from like people selling off constantly. But yeah, it's nice. They're nicely recovering. People can take their position that haven't yet, so I think that's really good. Any plays you're looking at, Michael, currently?
Oh, no, sorry. I was sending out the space to a few people real quick. Yeah, BRB. It's forwarding it around.
Yeah, if anyone is here, share out the room so we can get people in. We will do this now every weekday. We will likely shift the time to 9:30 like today because sometimes we're not ready yet at 9. So it might be better to do it at 9:30. And then we'll do another space in the afternoon to catch some folks that are available then. And we do that Monday through Friday. And yeah, as we're figuring it still a little bit out, but we're actually streaming this also on YouTube, so people can listen to it through YouTube, not just X. Especially for those that only listen, that might be a better option because X just draining your battery real quick. So that might be better to just watch it on YouTube. But we just started that, so we might still figure out the technicalities a little bit. The plan is to have the afternoon session on video, and so you can see our faces, and then the morning session is just audio. Just because, yeah, sometimes the morning takes a little while to get ready and everything, and so I'm gonna just do that audio.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
A little bit better. It's hurting today a little bit more,
better.
but we're
Yeah.
survival mode.
Can you walk at all, or do you have to just lay currently?
Well, I have to minimize the walking, so I basically have everything around me. And I forgot that I can't lay on my back. I have to lay on my stomach. So yeah. So you can't move with the corset and everything. It's hard, but it's fine. It's just time right now. So
yeah.
So luckily we have crypto and an interesting market, right? Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I remember when I had broke up both my shoulders.
Oh,
Essentially, I um I couldn't lay on my stomach, but I usually sleep on my stomach, and it was just like so terrible because I had like a wedge, so I don't lay down
oh yeah.
completely, and it it was
Mm,
just so uncomfortable.
it's just awesome.
Like surgery, so
They
yeah,
tell you like to sleep good and everything, and you're just laying there like a beached up whale.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we see here? Bitcoin back on 64. That's now going to be a little bit of
Yeah,
resistance, right? ETH is hauling. Uh,
yeah,
Market is recovering a little, but it suffered a lot. We're
yeah. Mm,
halfway pumping it back, but yeah, for Bitcoin, this might need to take a regain that 64. If we do that, then the monthly close is going to look a lot better. But
yeah,
for now, yeah, we still have a few days to go, and we know that in a few days a lot can change. But that monthly close
yeah,
is going to be interesting.
yeah. Definitely. I feel like everybody is just like waiting out that halving day. It's
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
doing anything.
Well, that, and there is the thing of, okay, but what are we going to do? Are we going to retrace, or are we going to go
Hmm.
sideways? Because Bitcoin, when the half of the people wanted to go up and half of the people like that retracement, that's when Bitcoin is like, no, we're
Hmm.
just moving sideways, right? So Bitcoin
Yeah,
is very good at sideways too. We forget.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but it looks that the weekly close was. Hold on, let me look at that weekly close. Yeah, that that weekly close was basically a pin, and we're looking for a spinning top now. So it looks like it's the buy pressure is taken off, and then we're looking at 55 eventually. But a lot can
yeah.
happen.
But on the other hand, yeah, Earn has been recovering
Oh
nicely
yeah.
from those sell-offs,
Oh,
which is
that needs
cool.
to happen. Then these
Yeah,
wallets need to distribute out.
yeah. They need
Yeah,
exactly better now than later.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Well, if you do it
Hmm.
later, it's just gonna take longer,
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
because of the amount of coins. So, and it's now interesting for people to buy that dip and get the most tokens for their money, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we had a lot of people that are actually asking, like, well, how do we get Earn now? Like, it's up so much. Like, what should we do?
well, it's now still cheap.
Well, now they have the
Yeah,
opportunity.
this is
Yeah, now
this
they
is the
can.
dip. It won't go any
Yeah,
further than this, right? So it's the floor is,
yeah,
is rising. So I think opportunity is knocking. On the weekly, it loses its sell pressure, and there's actually some buying pressure coming in slowly. And I think
mm-hmm.
tomorrow we shall be pumping on, especially if ETH is running
Yeah.
like it is. Actually stacked a little bit.
I mean, yeah, that was like it seemed like a heavy crash also because ETH at the same time plummeted too. Right, we had these large sell-offs plus ETH lost several hundred in value, and
Oh, a
so
thousand!
it tears down the chart even more, right?
It
Like,
lost 1,000. It was at
yeah,
4K, and
yeah,
it went all the way back to
exactly.
3,100. That's like a massive hit.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of tokens taking more than 50% in the altcoins.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that earn just holding this floor is remarkable in comparison.
yeah, I agree. So yeah, I think we're back, and
And
community
now,
sentiment seems good overall. It was an interesting drama through the night, and then,
oh yeah,
but
uh,
that entertains people too.
yeah, will
So
happen. That's part of the it's bullish. if you're not being talked about,
Yeah.
then or not being fussed over, then there's something wrong too. There should be a little bit of
Yeah.
drama going on. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't have a lot of reserve money sitting on the side. And we talk about how that's our strategy. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of people don't leave a lot of money sitting. So they're all in at one point. And so we're several people like Dean and I see this as an opportunity. Others see it as a problem. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
think that's just
Yep.
the case for some. I mean, I think
Yeah.
since day one, I've mentioned repeatedly DCA having a certain strategy. If you look at dips, you just see that it's a better DCA point based off of time. But if you see a dip and you're like, oh shit, this is over, then you've over invested. Essentially, you're not DCAing in. You're going all in at one point and you needed to move from that point up. And so I look at this as like I'm getting a hell of a lot more earn tokens, strengthening my position, and it's just better, you know. And so people will panic, people will dump, people will sell because someone's selling, and I'm like, there's only so many tokens available, and every single buy, sell, and transfer, there's less and less tokens available in supply. And so it doesn't matter if someone's buying or selling or moving. There's just less available. You're competing against the biggest holder is the debt wallet. That's who you're competing against. And if someone's rotating to trade something, there's always going to be traders. People are always going to look at something and trade it. I mean, this has been the story since day one. I've mentioned Ethereum, I've mentioned Rock and Dork and Rock and there was Myro that came out a little bit ago, and there's so many. And then also Solana stuff, people jumping out of Earn and going to Solana. And I was in a Buddha space yesterday, and Buddha and Bird and Dale, we're all talking about it. Like people keep dropping these legitimate projects and chasing this shit. And I was like, it's fine. People like to chase things that are fast, you know, and they have their own investment strategies, and that's them. That's their money. They went in with their money. They can decide whenever they want to go out with their money. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know, I joke around and say Earn is a damn honey badger. It doesn't care. Buy, sell, or transfer, the floor is going up. And that's indefinitely programmed. It's so simple and clean by design just to do that. And so if you just DCA in and stay comfortable, you just ride that wave up. And as Earn gets a higher and higher market cap, the volatility might get a little bit less. But like, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from 69,000 down to 15. I mean, you have to expect volatility as more exposure comes to the project. All it takes is someone with a few $100,000 to throw a little bit of money in, and boom, you get an explosion. You know, that they decide that that's their comfortable DCA strategy. You know, and that's subjective. That's based on them, not you. And I think people just need to focus on that more and not worry about dips and pumps and not feel like you can catch it. You know, it's just DCA. And just think of it as like Bitcoin. You would have DCA'd into Bitcoin back when it was like sub $10, you'd be hella rich right now. But people are trying to time the tops and time the bottoms and time everything. It's just DCA and be comfortable, and it'll be all right.
That takes a little bit more of a technical analysis approach, which is something that you can learn. But yeah, that's not given, right? It's hard to, and then even then. Buying Pico bottom and selling Pico top is not realistic, even with a technical analysis. So that you know,
Yeah.
can we do macro movements? Yeah, but you know that's the thing is that for most people DCA is a strategy that is just proven.
It's proven. I think it's the best one. I mean, like people are trying to predict bottoms and tops when you have some people are millionaires just playing around with the project. I mean, if I decided to throw $100,000 at Earn right now, there's no TA that's going to tell you it's going to happen. It's just how I feel, you know. It's just that's how it works. And maybe it's just market conditions. It's just time right to do it. And so if you're trying to predict when not me or someone will do that, you're going to get wrecked. And people with money can do that stuff at any point. Even Michael Saylor, if he decides that maybe Bitcoin isn't this amazing thing he wants, and he cuts half his bag, it's gonna hurt some people in the market because they think it's only gonna go up. That's how that works with fundamentals. And you have these anomalies that are always out there. And if you're DCAing in, you can weather it because you have a lot of reserve. But people feel the FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. So you throw everything in,
Yeah.
and you hope for the best, right?
Well, I think it has to do also because DCA used to be for, I think, a very much known strategy in the alt section. Everybody is like, DCA, that's not a new thing. But I think it's because of all the increase in the meme tokens, which are
Yeah,
basically like we're chasing clouds. Um, there you go in with a whole bag and hope for the best, basically. So you're not taking a position, you're not building
lunar
a
dust.
position because they're not there anymore in a couple of weeks, right? Or a month. So when you have a token that is here to stay, then DCA, building your position, is your best bet. But then if you're
True,
used to all
true. Yeah,
these meme tokens and stuff and don't know what you're dealing with, then you're more likely to go in, full guns a blazing and hope for the best. So it's not that I don't do it, like when you do like a little shit token or something, but you do it with the appropriate amount, and most likely your money will be gone. So that's why I say appropriate amount, something that you can lose. But if you want to build a position, you're building for gains. So what you want to do is end up with an average buying price, and then that's what dollar cost averaging is all about.
yeah. I think it's what I said too. What I said the other day, and the YouTube space with Rogues to Riches was telling Adrian Goldwyn is that earn, it's lovely. It exists in a world where it's not a degen, but also it's not this, several $100 million altcoin yet. And so you have these folks that look at it as like a degen play because you can throw money at it and it can move around, but it's a long-term play. And so when people throw money at it, we got our folks that come in like big time, throw money at it. It's like, okay, now it needs to move. Now it needs to move. I'm like, this isn't a shit coin that you're throwing money at that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow. We've designed this thing to last for years, and so it's going to move at a different pace. I was like, okay, coin market cap and callers, and we got to put this money here and there. I'm like, just relax, everything's fine. I mean, you don't see this stuff in these high level altcoins. I mean, most of these projects don't even have telegrams. They don't, they don't have buy bots. It's not even necessary. You just think about the price. But I think as our market cap expands, like we get to 50 million, 100 million, several hundred million, I think it's the mentality is going to change, but it takes time. And I say it, and I purely believe it, that a lot of people that are here today are not going to be here. I mean, just go back and look at the chat back in October. Look at the people that are in the chat talking. You would see that 98% of the people in the chat talking are gone. And
Yeah, it's rotated quite a bit, like who is active in the community. There's sometimes almost a full 100% turnover, except us. But
mhm,
it's like a
yeah,
completely different community now, I think, compared to when we were at 50K,
I can count on one hand the
right?
folks I've seen here since the beginning. I know Ross has been here for a while. I know Scope, he's been here day one. Alchemist has been here since day one. Marcus has been here, but he's kind of in and out, here. Nobody's still here. But I think, Jesus, I think that's it. And there were hundreds of people, in the chat, hundreds. And I can count on one hand. And it's funny if you go back and listen to some of our previous recorded AMAs or spaces we did. I was saying the same thing. I was even saying to people, like, I bet like 90 people are not going to be here, but that was back at 50K. And I was saying, like, if you manage to hold $10, it's $10, to, I think I said $1 million at that point, or you just hold it underneath 10 million. It was interesting. I think no one thought that Earn would ever go over 10 million, because back then, hell, it was wild to see anything go over $1 million market cap. Nothing was making it over 100K. You know, and when there was a couple that were like, you call them godsends, that made it to 100 million. That was like Grok at that point, but it immediately came back down. But you talk about a project going to 10 million, you're like, well, that's one out of hundreds of thousands would do that. And I'm like, no, it's just a matter of time if you persistent and keep with it. And so many folks chase things, you know,
especially with the market condition and what Bitcoin is doing, right? So a lot of people forget that, but the floors are rising everywhere, and then Earn being hyperdeflationary, the floors rises a little bit faster, but the floors are rising everywhere. I mean, just looking at some old wallet and see some zombies coming alive, that's ridiculous, right? That tells you that there's money coming in, and we're just waiting for the good amounts to. Yeah, because in the bear market, exactly, like maybe 100K to 250K on ETH projects on ETH, which normally would do like 5-10 mil.
Yeah.
In a bull run can easily do 15, like out of nowhere, and it's not even a godsend, right? That's normal. That's going to be normal for a bull run. So yeah, earn on this market cap is it's a good dip opportunity. I'm gonna step down from now because my daughter is home for a bit until she goes again, and she can make me some coffee.
Okay, you take care.
I'll lay here flapping around.
Take care.
Yeah, I'll join and step down, and I'll join with the other accounts so I can keep it up. Good time.
Sounds good.
I
Hey,
love
Wookie.
I love reading creators chat about these marketing proposal people that come in. And it's interesting seeing them go through, like seeing them go through that. Like these people is fucking scammers all the time. I got marketing proposal. Well, then buy the token and market it. You know, it's just, but it's indefinite. Every single time you list your coin or token on a different platform, you get all these folks to come in that want to sell you something. And I'm like, if you're so good at marketing it, buy the token and then call it and market it, you know? And but they're like, no, you got to pay me. You have to pay me. And I'm like, you would, if you can, if they'll say guaranteed, I'll make your token go 5, 10, 20x, and buy the token and 20x it, and then sell.
You'll make more money that way than
what
I'll give you, right? Anyway,
no,
good morning, guys.
They'll never fucking do that.
Hi.
Morning, man.
Are you
Morning.
I'm doing pretty good. Well, better. I got sick the last few days. Partially lost my voice a little bit, but now I'm feeling better now.
All right. Well, I'm on the way up. That's good.
Yeah. Got some good DCAs. I wasn't thinking everyone was gonna go back to around 1 million, so I'm happy about that. Got some
I'm very, very surprised it went there.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Like it's good because it allows those that didn't have a chance to accumulate to accumulate a lot more, which is pretty
there's
sweet.
people that saw the project at all-time high levels and wanted to get more tokens for their money, right? Here you go. Here's your chance. Now get in the rocket ship, put on your spacesuit. Wookie's already ready, buckled in. Look, I'm in here. I'm waving at you. Boy. I'm fucking goofy.
Yeah, so I went ahead too, just because of all the hype around Solana. I just decided to go and pay for the Dex Tools update for Earn Soul, so everyone can see that now. I just everyone's been asking me too, like, what is the cost or how can we do that with the flaming tokens? And like we can. It's just 1,000 Dex Tools tokens, 3 BNB, or basically half an ETH. And so it's not a couple $100 that people think it is. Just like similar to like CMC. It's if you have someone do it for you, they charge about $7,000. You do it yourself, which is a tedious process. You pay $5,000. So it's more actually. You can pay $10,000. Brothers Marketing, they charge $10,000 to have them do it for you to get listed on CoinMarketCap. And if you want to listen on CoinGecko, they'll charge you $8,000 to give you a discount.
Remember, I think we used to pay this in the last cycle.
We did. I paid $6,000. I was like, "What the hell am I doing?"
Right, because we had no idea. We had no idea what we were doing. So like we would just be contacted constantly by people that say like, "Oh, I can fast track you if you give me this amount of money," and yeah, we were so pressured by the community that we would just sometimes take the risk. Like we're not sure if these are legit people, but we're gonna transfer like thousands of dollars. You know,
Right.
I think we didn't get scammed too badly. Yeah, I mean,
we're smarter now.
We don't know that this is all part of the game.
Well, we do the forms now. We know how to fill the forms out. We know what their actual cost is, and people make it a business. They make it a business, just like the fucking the shield in the chat. You can make businesses out of people clicking links on X because people are too lazy to go to X and click a link. You know, and so that's what it is with CoinMarketCap. If people don't want to fill out the form, charge them extra. Say you'll do it for them and charge them extra $5,000. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's what these promoters are doing too. I mean, there's the people DMing me, and actually, it was 2 days ago. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna answer them all at once and see who can get me the cheapest thing and list on the most, right? So I'm like, I just compared all of them, haggled down to like $5, and then had them list on a few sites, you know, and it worked, right? I gave them the information, and boom, boom. But like, it's just funny because they all go crazy.
Oh God! So yeah, I mean, let me show you guys something.
Like, is it all like how many of those is the same person like too?
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, I'm gonna show you. So I requested someone to do a spinning emoji of EMC, and where'd it go? Here it goes. So the first I messaged this person jumps into the chat and he's like, I can do this, this, and this. I'm like, all right, so I'll see what he wants to do, just out of curiosity, because I need this done and I haven't had time yet to figure out how to do it myself. So I'm just curious. So
yeah,
where is it? Here it goes. So I messaged this guy and he's like, hey, I want this from this. And he's like, $60.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, $5. And he's like, $50. No, $5. And he's like, $20. No, $5. And he's like, $10. No, $5. And he's like, okay, I do it for $5.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
stay low. You just stay low. They will do it for $5 or $10. $10 max if it's something cool.
Yeah. And so that
otherwise someone else will do it for that price, right? And that's the thing. Like you could honestly take that and go to Fiverr and get the same thing. So
yeah. So what do you think about that, guys? That in the millionaires chat. What do you think about that for like a emoji, spending emoji?
Oh, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I have one.
Interactive, cool media.
So the one is I put a link in it. I put the example one the guy's gonna do for $5. I don't think that's bad.
$5?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What do you think, Nadina? You see it?
Was it the guy in the chat like just like a few days ago?
No, he's on one of my other chats. He is posted. That's all. I was like, you know what?
I just find it a bit weird that it's mirrored on the back. You know.
You want to say something else?
It would be nice. Like it's.
What do you want to say on the back?
Well, you know, it has a front and a back when it's spinning.
You're cutting it out actually a little bit.
The back.
Oh, I hear her fine, actually.
Interesting.
But you're hooked on the face. That's weird.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Nadina?
You know, it has it has a front and a back. The back is mirrored, so it's weird to read. That's if he can make it that it's, you know, it's like basically you have to read it from right to left.
Oh, I see. So it says in the back EMC, so it should say EMC, so it should say EMC, EMC, but it says instead CME. I see.
Yeah, or I mean, two different sides would be nice too. I wonder if you can just have the earn flame on the back, and then the EMC in the front.
It's a good idea. So EMC in the front and earn on the back.
I don't know if is the qual. It's just the demo, right? The quality should be better a little bit. I mean, yeah.
$5. Let me see.
Or what do you think? Like, what do you think? Yeah, I think maybe the earn flame in the back.
I'm pretty sure how they do it. They just have these like generators on whatever program
Yeah.
they use. Let's say it's Adobe, whatever. Then they just literally plug the image in. So I don't know if they have the ability to do that.
Yeah, but maybe we pay a bit more, you know.
I mean, well, look at my emoji for MMKK. It's two different images on the front.
I mean, you can do it. The thing is, how you do it is basically. So how you do it very easily is basically just stacking the image in like animation software, like, you know, Adobe. I forgot what it's called, but basically you can just stack the image to a thickness, and then you can tell it to spin. And that's what he did. That's why it's on the back. It's mirrored, because it's basically you're looking at the image from the back. So it just has to do a little bit more work. If he knows how to do that, he has to do a little bit more work, and maybe we can pay him another $5.
Yeah, right.
Do that. Yeah.
Put in the work. Yeah. So we're gonna do earn with hat.
You decided that?
Jesus Christ! All the goddamn.
I fucking love it. Please fucking do it. You know we're all gonna hate that shit.
Nadina, can you put a fucking hat on earn real quick? Just put the hat. Put a hat on earn. Put a hat on earn. I'll put a, you know, because everyone's in these fucking scam ass pre-sales. I'm looking at one right now, a pre-sale on fucking an X, and I'll say earn with hat. Send Solana here.
Earn with hat. Everyone's gonna think it's fucking someone else. Wait. Make a fake account. All right.
No, I'm seriously, Nadina should do it. Put earn with hat and actually
fucking make some account that's not earn or something. Called not earn, and then it does the pre-sale. That's funny.
Well, I'm thinking about. So, okay, here's my thoughts. I want to increase the liquidity on the Solana side, just since it's paid for the damn DEX tools update. But I want people to supply liquidity versus to spend it out of my own pocket. So I thought maybe I can do a pre-sale, something silly, and then half can go into the liquidity on earn there, and then the other half goes into this pre-sale. This is just a meme for that earn with hat, something like that. It's really rough. You know, I'm thinking of it right now, but it'd be funny. People won't care anyway. You know, people go into pre-sales. They'll go move from one to another.
Considering how serious earn is, I think that's a good.
And earn's a legit project, so I'm not gonna worry about anything. You know, it's like oh, they're gonna send like $10 million to a fucking wallet or something like that. Like burn the money, silly stuff like that.
It's like next level, though, because it's more memeable than the flamings. You know, it's like meta. It's like the normal Solana, and it's on Solana too. Oh, that's fire. That could hit. You know.
Yeah,
I think so. Stuff over there.
But Dina, can you send me the earn logo, high quality? I can't seem to find it. Or maybe I can.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Earn with. I love it. Fucking genius.
You know what's stupid? I created that logo. Do we want to make it the earn logo, or do we want to make it one? No, I think the earn logo is good. Actually, never mind. I just found it. It's square. It's fine. I can work with this.
Love it.
Can I do this? The one that's square. Maybe he'll figure it out. Give him something to do. Do you have one that's a circle?
I think so somewhere. I also have it
Wait, are you
basically.
guys an image of the Earn logo with the circle?
Yeah, my computer crapped on me, so I'm using my laptop as my new station to fix my box. So
I have one.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, if you could DM that to me real quick. I'm gonna message
it's
this
already
guy.
made. Yeah. I just used it on the. Do you see that it's Earn or nothing I put out this morning? Like it's Nerf or nothing, you know? Because yeah, fuck all that other shit.
Are you sending it to me on TG?
Yeah, I sent it to your ex, but I can send it on TG.
Yeah, on TG. That'd be cool.
Yep, gotcha. There you go.
Sweet.
I was like, wait a second, let me get something easier for you.
What do you think about that, Nadina? Earn with hat. And say purely it's just 50% goes to the liquidity to build, and the other one's just for people to degen with. You know they're gonna want stuff with it, but I'm like, yeah, that's what they're gonna want. But I would just say it's just purely just to raise liquidity for it. People aren't gonna care about anything.
Well, most of these pre-sales, half of these pre-sales never launch a token. They're just scams.
Nah, I'm like 95% of them are scams.
So this one actually has.
Yeah, I saw a list that they never even. Yeah, they're scams, but at least they're launching a token and then they're rogging them too. But I saw a list by Zach XBT. He made a list of all the pre-sales that were done like that, and like half of them didn't even launch ever a token.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're a legit project. We have history. We have traction. Earn with hat. People are wasting so much fucking money on shit.
Memeable. Yeah. Yo, and Earn, just in general, like everyone says Earn all the time. Earn with hat. Oh yeah.
I know, it's funny. I was actually in an AMA with
It can't be a dividend token though, right?
No, it can't because it's on Solana. It can't.
No.
We can't do anything about that.
Well, you could.
I guess if it's raising liquidity though on a pre-sale.
Whoa, Nadina, what if you made a token program 222 right? And then actually we had the taxes actually? Ooh, we could have that. We can. Well, we can't do the distribution of tokens to people. I don't know how you do that based on who holds what. But what if you did token? I don't know about token program 222 yet. I like it.
Wow, that's a good idea. And you know how the Solana launch went anyway, right? Like for Earn, and that's just like regular Earn. So we play on that with hat meta.
Yep. I'm sure someone in our community can put that damn dog hat on this logo. They do it on everything now. That hat.
Motherfucker, why didn't you just ask? You know I could do that. I got you. Say someone in our community, motherfucker.
Like, Mookie, I got it. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna fucking hat on this fucking logo.
I'm washing my hands right now. Let me. Yeah, it would take.
Yeah. Herna's actually doing really good. I'm like happy with like how things are looking. The token burns. And so that other project that I made a good buck off of, Nadina, is more than cut in half. My selling point. I timed that shit perfectly. Wow. Yeah, I got it at 20 mil. It's at 8 now.
Jesus.
I mean, nothing hype. That's what it is. When you feed off of hype, that's what happens. You know, there's gonna be a massive retracement. That thing started at 10, I think 20K market cap. 20K to 20 million is pretty hardcore.
That's fine.
And you can't run that fast that long. It's gonna retrace. I mean, you can keep pouring money into it, but eventually you run out of money to throw at it. No matter how much money you have, it just cycles out. Eventually you'll stop. Pop was pretty funny. He was talking about that with a project that he did a community takeover for last night. We did an AMA with you were in it actually with Ricky and everyone. They were talking about the smoke launch today. And then afterwards, we were talking about crypto projects and stuff like that. And the one that he has, he's like, I'm not fucking throwing money at this thing. It's going to go in one ear, not the other. You sound like a project founder, you know? Everyone's like, pay for this, pay for that, do this, do that. I'm like, it's just going to be fucking X liquidity. And I'm like, he's just screaming, like, you want to sell? Just fucking sell. All right. he was so passionate about it. And I was like, I'll just buy the dip. I'll just buy it up after you sell. And I was like, I'll hold more of the tokens. I'm like, yeah. Because like, it's like, look at the market. You know, how's the market doing right now? And I was like, well, you know, people look at these Solana projects that blow up and everyone thinks that's the entire market, but you know, big picture. And I think people that are winning are those that are taking the time to, you know, DCA and accumulate more.
So here's another post by Zach. He's like way on the stall pre-sales now. It's kind of funny. So let's check in on a few of the recent pre-sale coins. 7,000 Sol sent to Satoshi 0x, who secretly pocketed 62% of Sol from pre-sale and did not fully distribute tokens. 2,100 Sol sent to Jared ETH, a fake Jared Methbot account. People sent another fake Jared account $440,000 for a pre-sale in June 2023. 3,300 Sol sent to Blue Kirby FTM, named after a scammer who then also rocks their pre-sale. Says at first they'll refund, but decided not to, and posts unhinged article.
Jesus Christ.
And then Bombatus ETH rocked yet another token after 13,000 Sol pre-sale.
It's hardcore.
It's crazy. Yeah, and then update added a few more Solana presets from the rep. So he's like compiling a list. So the total amount of money is $150 million from 33 pre-sales that have been raised.
1.3 or 103? How much money?
No, from 33 pre-sales.
How much money did you just say?
$150 million in 33 pre-sales, and that's only within the last week. His list started March 12th.
Wow.
And yeah, about half of these actually I would say only about 30 to 40% actually launch a token ever. And yeah, probably 90% of those are rugs. But people keep doing it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All right, Wookie, I'm waiting for you, man. Earn with that.
Yeah. Calm down. I'm doing
$150 million. People throw that shit at scams. Oh my god. This space is so fucked up sometimes. God. Chasing those dreams. This is wild, right? And you're like, hey, we got a legitimate project. It's been around for a while. Nope. I see pre-sale. I'm gonna throw 100 soul at it. Okay. Oh man, I got scammed. I lost my money. I didn't see it coming. Does anybody know who the scammer was? No, it was anonymous. He was anonymous since day one. Community takeover. Let's do it. We don't have any money though. Okay. On to the next one.
Next. I have to resize this.
Looks like there was one holder that was holding mostly. So there's one holder in all of the Flaming tokens that I guess held a lot. They just dumped all of them, ending in 4 or 5 BC.
Right now?
Yeah. Oh. It's like the same wallet, just like sold off everything and all of them. So unless they must have been held, they must have been like a holder in all of them. Yeah, because Wilders just went down to 14K.
Holy shit. Dividends, I suppose. But
yeah, 0x is at,
oh my god.
0 is at 6.
Holy shit.
He was actually in yours too. Yeah, he was he dumped everything too. Or she. It's the 4 or 5 BC.
159 or 15.
So what I find
I think I know who that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from the NFTs.
Yeah, and then also
here's some alpha for those that want to dump their bags. If you intend to dump it, all of it anyways, don't do multiple sells. It doesn't matter, your price impact will be the same. If you don't wait for another buy to come in, just sell it all at once, because then you're saving actually gas fees.
Yeah, and then you
like
make it easier for us to buy it.
People yeah, all these people like selling off like back to back, like 10 different cells, like, and they don't even wait for another buy to come in. But that's just a waste of money, because your price impact is going to be the same no matter what, no matter how little your steps are. If you don't wait for another buy to come in, you're going to end up with the same price impact, because the price just moves down the curve.
It's because isn't it wild? Like people think, I think people listen to us like partially, just a little bit, right? And we say don't sell all at once, split them up. But then they do this shit where they sell. I'm like, you're not getting the goddamn point. We're saying take your time so that a buy might come in and then you would sell. But it's so ridiculous. Like it's like they're hearing a portion of what we're saying, right? But they're not getting the full part.
Yeah.
Like I said, stagger yourselves. And then they're like, okay. Sell. I'm like, what?
Like what? Do you want the flame to be wearing the hat, or do you want the circle to be wearing the hat?
I think the flame. I think the flame to wear the hat. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, on BNB it doesn't really matter, but we've seen the same thing on Earn East side, where people, like especially the large cells, they did it like 5 cells in a row, and each one probably cost like $30. So instead of paying that once and just tank the chart because they have no intention to wait for other buys to come in, they pay probably $150.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the math how it works. I'm like, the reason you sell in steps is because you give someone a chance to buy back in, so it's slower, right? It's DCA now. But if you're going to sell everything,
right?
Yeah, but if you're going to sell everything, but you're going to do it like within 10 seconds, multiple times, it's the same damn thing. Like it's interesting that people aren't doing the math on that. I'm like, it's all based off of how you're doing it. I mean, if you might as well just click the button once. It's the same thing.
Yeah. And you're saving a lot of gas,
It's like,
especially when the gray is high.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to tell people how to make the most money, how to sell, and then they take part of what we're saying and they still do this thing. I'm like, all right, it's cool. I think what it is, I think when we try to explain to people how they can make money, they think maybe they think we're lying to them, or we think actually we're trying to get them into a trap, so they avoid that thing so they can like haha, see, I didn't lose money, and I'm like, ha, you fucking did.
I think it's impatience, though, really.
Yeah, it's something that's weird.
Yeah, if you're set on how much you want to sell, just sell it all at once, and if you need it now. But the smart thing is to DCA out, because then you have a chance to other buyers coming in, which then raises the price again, and then you can sell again with a smaller price impact.
Yeah.
But if you never let a chance the price to be increased again, you're just moving down the curve. It doesn't matter if you take 100 steps or just one, you're going to end up at the same point. Yeah. It's just how the math works of the automated market maker.
It's funny. It's not going to make any difference because they do the same thing. They'll think they won't research it themselves, and they'll think that we're just bullshitting or something. And it's like, well, you can just go read.
Well, I assume most people might think that we're telling them that to not hurt the project, because we don't want to see high sell-offs. But I mean, if that's what you want to do, just do it, and yeah, you can do it cheaper if you do it all at once, if you don't have the time to wait. I mean, yeah, obviously for the project it would be better if you took small steps, but it would also be better for you because you're going to make more money eventually.
It's like that Jerry Maguire movie. It's like, help me help you, but it's like, you're not listening. Yeah. Or like the little kid, it's like, Linda, you're not listening to me. Remember that? It's like, give me a cookie. Okay, looky, Linda, you're not listening to me. Yeah. Because it's just math, how it all works, but it's all good. I mean, that's this whole entire game, right? Although what makes Earn a perpetual motion machine is human behavior. It's part of how it works. It's because Earn works because it's a transfer fee on buys, sells, and transfers, all transactions. And we've learned with our time in the space is that, one, people don't read, people don't listen, and people will do whatever they want. And so we've created this machine that literally feeds off of that, and grows and rewards those that are educated, that are understanding how the game is played. And so this thing's designed not just because to go up because of the tax structure, with it always the burn wallet growing, more and more, but it's also designed to do that based off of how people treat the project. And it's wild to watch, how you see the floor rise whenever someone, how they interact with it. And it just fattens the liquidity, burns off more tokens, and it just makes it continually go up. And we say repeatedly that, well, you could just bridge your tokens over to a different chain and do single-sided liquidity. People don't do it, And you tell people how to make more money, and they're like, oh, it must be a trap. Or, I have no idea. I'm not going to try that. I'm just going to sell and do something else. And I'm like, that's cool. I mean, you're just supporting the ecosystem, But it's funny, right? You tell people something to do so that they can make money, and actually it would make less money to the ecosystem. But they do the exact opposite, which we know they're going to do anyway. And it just helps the project even more. It's wild, But a lot of it is based off human behavior, and how people interact with things.
And so if anybody has questions, feel free to request to speak. We're friendly, so just come up and ask a question, or you can leave it in the chat. I don't think we have any right now. Here, Ross, wake up, shower, shake, and coffee. Yep, I agree with that. Otherwise, we're probably going to close out the space in a little bit. But then I think usually Michael is available in the VC for any more chats if anyone wants to.
Yeah.
Or are you busy, Michael, today?
I got to check my boss, figure out what I'm doing. No, that's it's being full-time crypto is pretty cool. You know, you're busy a lot, but you kind of make your own schedule too.
Yeah.
Oh, I got Earn with the hops.
Where is it?
I'm forwarding. Loki just sent it to me. Send it to the chat.
Oh yeah, and so right now I think they're launching a smoke burn. Actually have to check out where they're doing that. I think they're an ETH project, right? Yeah,
ETH,
I think so.
ETH project, yeah.
Yeah.
So cryptocurrencies says, can we get a meme generator? I mean, there's websites for that, right? A lot of websites.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. The meme generator. Are there some that are like tailored to a specific brand, or what is he really talking about?
Not entirely sure. I would just ask them. Yeah. There's a lot of on-ramp and off-ramp sites we're talking about looking into for moving money on and off with Earn. I mean, I applied for my Ultima card the other day, which is super cool. But that's the one we're going to utilize with on and off ramping Earn eventually down the line. But I mean, it's a lot of stuff you can build with this. All right, I think I'm going to do it. I had that message the other day about raising liquidity for Solana. I want to grow that, make that pool fat over there. I gotta look into this Paul chain stuff. I've been meaning to dive into that more. God, there's so much to do. What do you think about like how the interoperability works? I wonder if it's similar to Dport. I just gotta talk to the guys. God.
Podchain?
Yeah.
No. It's not at all like Bridge. It's like it's like a layer on top, and you are going to create your tokens on Podchain, and then you can, I think, provide liquidity on any of the chains. You don't have to bridge at all. So I think we can't really bridge to Paul. I think you have to. I mean, I really, I'm talking because like from the stuff that he told us. I haven't looked into the details of it, but I do think you would have to create a new contract on Podchain, and then that is interoperable with all the chains that Podchain is compatible with.
We're having our things.
You don't need a bridge.
So what's going on with our base chain integration, and we're kind of taking our time with that. But maybe that might be an option to do something different with base instead of utilizing deport. What do you think about that? I guess I got to get educated.
You mean using Paw for it?
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think you can connect the contract to the current one. I don't think. I think you have to deploy on Paw to make it interoperable, but I could be wrong. I think so. My understanding was that basically Paw is like a blockchain that then underneath connects all the others. But I don't think you can bridge to Paw and then use that, use the underlying interoperability with it. So, but you can use a Solidity contract and deploy it on Paw. But I think it has to be a new one. You can't just bridge to it. Or maybe, I mean, I don't know, maybe they work on that. But that was my understanding. Maybe I got it wrong. But I should look more into it because it is an interesting project.
We do have our group chat. We should chat with them about it in more detail.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about this earn with hat. I'm thinking we do, let's see. How about, what is 500 SOL? Which does that come out to? So it's like $200 right now. It's $100,000. That's not too shabby. I'm trying to figure out a way to do this that connects with earn. And I'm thinking, what if we did 50? What if we did 250? I would have half of it bought earn off the chart and then airdropped it to everyone that sent in tokens for earn with hat. I think I like that. So they would send, so if it's 500, SOL, it would take 250 SOL, buy earn off the chart, and then airdrop that to everyone that sent in tokens for earn. So they're going to get both. They're going to get earn, plus they're going to get the earn with hat token, and then the remaining amount, the other 500, will basically just go all into liquidity for earn with hat.
Liquidity of earn with hat.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think that works really good. Yeah, because then they're getting their earn with hat token and they're getting their earn too. Because their earn with hat is like, doesn't cost anything. That's like, generate. That starts at 1. But we take half of that. Half buys earn, airdrops it to everyone else, and then the other half is earn with hat. Earn with hat liquidity on Sol. So then we get a massive buy off the chart for earn and liquidity for earn goes up, and then the earn with hat is like its own little thing. But they're all earn holders now. I don't know how to do that. I guess you got to figure out how you airdrop the Solana, how you airdrop the earn out on Sol.
Yeah.
It's all bought off the chart with So it's a $50,000 buy on the chart. That's if it's 5.
Oh, Dale is here. Can you let him up? I think it doesn't work for me.
Oh, no? Let's see. Oh, yep, I see it. What's up, Dale?
Yo, how's it going?
Good, man. How you
I'm
doing?
doing good, man. Doing good. A lot of stuff going on. I actually had some questions for you.
Yeah, shoot,
Yeah,
man.
about D-Bridge. So we just launched on, well, first of all, I heard you talking about the base launch, which is exciting. And everybody's talking about base. Like this morning, I woke up and like every person is talking about base. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, we had a good base launch over there with our Farcaster launch and everything. And I'm super bullish on what's going on there. And that was only like 3 or 4 days ago. And then I saw the Solana pre-sale meta and I was like, you know what? We've been talking about bridging to Solana forever. Let's just fucking yeet out a Solana pre-sale. And we've done pretty well. So we've gotten like 60 Solana, and that's great to fund our LP. So we set up D-Bridge and everything. And I was wondering about D-Bridge. You said it's gonna somehow honor our tax.
No, it won't. It'll make it a proxy token that's tied to your other token, the same supply.
Okay, got you. But I thought you said there was one that does honor your tax or whatever. Or there's not.
No, none of them would actually do that. I mean, you have Wormhole, you have Chainport, and then you have D-Bridge, and there's a couple other smaller ones that are out there. People are building, but I don't know of any actually ones that actually would do that.
D-Bridge is like really, it's good. It's really fast. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy to like go back and forth between it.
Yeah.
So you're doing it so for your Solana presale, you're using tokens from your ETH side to put up for presale.
That's right. We're gonna have to send a pretty big chunk of the ETH supply into the D-Bridge.
Gotcha. Are you doing it so that you're like buying off the chart, or you already have like pre-allocated tokens to use for presale tokens?
So first of all, we have a lot of tokens in the treasury, and I've bought a lot of tokens like just over time. But what we've done now is we put about 1/3 of the Solana into the ETH chart, and then the rest we're going to just put into the Solana pool. But yeah, man, it's just like, I'm basically fighting with the bots. It's like if I don't put some into the ETH chart, the bots will just somehow end up doing it and making money off of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's been a good balance. And I'm thinking about doing something on base, even though we already launched. I just think there's so much opportunity, man, with this pre-sale meta in Solana. Like it worked. It was crazy how it worked. But like, why not do that for other chains? So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a pre-sale for base. And similar to how you were saying, my thought is to do like 50% to the LP and then 50% buying into the chart, because that basically means you're splitting the price impact with all the buyers. So it's kind of like a big group buy where you're splitting the price impact of all of them buying in at once, and potentially you're going to go viral for doing like a pre-sale. And so I even think it can work on a token that you already have the chain deployed. I mean,
so for the pre-sale price, are you doing it at a discount? Because
no.
When they're into the pre-sale, what would they just buy the token if they're not getting a discount rate for doing the pre-sale? Or what would be the difference?
Because I guess just because people have Solana and they want to just yeet into a pre-sale. And I mean, with the one on base, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try it. It might not work at all, but I just have a feeling people like sending crypto to a random address. For I know it's crazy, but like it's stupid. But like people barely are gonna check anything. So, but but here's the thing. Here's why it actually does come out to a discount. Because if I take, let's say I get 1 ETH, right? Or let's say it's more than that. Let's say I get 2 ETH, okay? Instead of, everybody could buy into the chart, and then it's kind of like, whatever. If people bought in 2 ETH to the chart, who knows where they would get in and what would happen. But at least if you do it like this, you're basically putting the buys onto the chart and then giving it and splitting the price impact across all the people. So, I mean,
you're facilitating the buys. So what's happening here is that even though they could individually go out and buy, earn on E, you're doing two things here that's attractive. They could do that and buy the token at the exact same price, but they're buying it on ETH and they're dealing with the gas, right?
Yep.
And since you're doing this, quote unquote pre-sale on Solana, what you're doing is that you are taking those tokens that you already had on ETH and you're allowing them, you're basically airdropping those tokens to them for the Solana that they provided in a much larger amount at a set price on the Solana side. So they're getting a locked-in price. They're not having to deal with buying it on E,
but it's not a
bridging it over to Solana, paying again.
You're right about everything except that it's a locked-in price, because the price is going to be that when we launch the Solana pool, it'll go live at whatever the price is, right? So now that I have a bunch of SOL, I'm literally telling people, like, go buy it on ETH, because you're basically raising the price of the Solana launch, and you're front running the whole bag of Solana that I have when you buy on ETH. You know what I mean? Because I didn't promise.
I see. So when do you decide what the price is gonna finally be? Do you have a date when you decide?
Today, when we launch the LP. I'm not gonna delay a lot, but I am gonna spend freaking 6 to 12 hours telling people that to see if we can strum up some buys, because we're already up 30% on ETH. So I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, look, if you make a buy and the price goes up 10%, then you basically front run the whole sale. But it's kind of a win-win, right? Because like, if the chart's going bullish, that's also good for the people who put in on Solana. So it's really
I see. You're facilitating a secondary market pre-sale of getting tokens from the ETH side to the Solana side as a form of a pre-sale, then doing the airdrop for them. Exactly. And this works because you're right. The meta is there. People don't give a damn about the technicalities. They want to get tokens on a different chain, and you're doing the grunt work to do that.
Exactly. So I mean, we have our treasury, which is great, but at this point, here's the thing. It's really interesting how the math works. I got a lot of Solana, like at almost half of our ETH LP. So after it got to that much, I started being like, all right, at this point, it makes more sense for me to just send some over to ETH and buy. Because in the beginning, I was like, all right, it's not going to be that much money. We're just going to keep all the Solana and put it into the Solana LP. But then it got up so much, I'm like, all right, it definitely makes more sense for me to just send some of the SOL to buy up the ETH chart. Because if I don't do it, then we pump on Solana, these bots are just going to do it. You know what I mean?
I get you. So right now, the contract. Have you ever already used D-Port to bridge to Solana?
We launched our D-Port, we bridged to Solana, and I already made an official announcement for CoinGecko. So I'm also trying to give CoinGecko some time, because they're actually pretty fast. They added our base one in like a day or two. So like, we're basically going to be live on CoinGecko, hopefully like right away. Which is actually from
that was
your suggestion. That's been
helpful. This is definitely, man. So yeah, this is interesting because like it's doing two things. This is more of a this is like, so Elephant Money did something similar. This is more of a liquidity raise for the Solana side. So what you have is that you don't have a lot of liquidity yet on Solana. there's this whole pre-sale meta about people getting tokens for sent to this wallet address, and I've seen some stupid numbers. Nadina just read off like $150 million have been sent to like, wallet. It's fucking insane, and people aren't reading or checking anyway. They're just dumping money into the system, and so you have your token on Solana. You want to raise liquidity. Everyone's throwing money at nothing. Why not just label it that and say that you'll just facilitate it all? It is more of a liquidity raise. I mean, you can call it pre-sale, but because that's what people are like searching online, I guess, now these days. But it is more of a liquidity because you can already right now, if someone wanted to do the work, you could buy DIL on an ETH, bridge it over because you already have the contract and you're already on Solana. And so when the airdrop does happen from the cells from the Solana that you have, people already now, like you said, have the option to get their DIL on Solana, front running people, and then selling. They can. I mean, basically, they can already have their tokens there. Because usually in a pre-sale, there is no live tokens in the liquidity. The liquidity is not created yet. So like right now,
that's true. Now technically, someone could bridge the SOL and start the LP. But I just don't think
they could right now.
I don't think there's any incentive for someone to like bridge the SOL and launch the LP. Literally, no one else has tokens, and they'd have like the fair market value on ETH is like what it is. So we're gonna launch it whatever that ETH market value is. Like the way to actually play it, if you wanted to make money, it's like you can't really hurt it because it's just it's a 1-to-1 thing. But if you wanted to make money, you would buy a bunch on ETH, pump up the price, and then like try to play against people buying on Solana. But I don't know. I wouldn't bet against Solana pumping our contract over there. Why? I don't know. But if someone wanted to bet against,
well, the token is a 1-to-1. So the thing to do would be just to buy it on ETH and bridge as much hope as you can over to, because it's the same token. Right. Exactly. So just buy the token on ETH and bridge it over to Solana, and then just wait.
That would be the way to make, like, if you wanted to try to play this and make money, I think that would be the way. But that's also a win. We want people to buy on ETH. Like, so if people really wanted to do that, but I don't think anyone's done that yet. But that being said, I think you got everything right there. It's pretty cool though. It's great. And dude, this meta is like so new. So to me, this is how we're going to launch on any cross-chain launch we do. And I think if you just launch, as long as you launch at the fair price on ETH and don't try any funny business and put it all into the LPs and you're not trying to skim off the top, then the math should work out. And it should be positive.
That's the biggest point right there. As long as it goes all into the LP, it's fine. That's what's happening in the space. People are doing these fucking pre-sales, and they're taking a significant portion of that in their pocket.
Oh yeah,
but if you're just putting it all into LP, then it's a pre-sale. But technically, what it is just a liquidity raise.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, bro.
A 1-to-1.
Compared to all these, if we look at it realistically, compared to all these pre-sales, what I'm doing is a much better bet. I mean, you're getting in. Maybe we're not the biggest pre-sale ever, but that has its own risks with it. But like in this, you're getting into a coin that already has a ton of liquidity. And I mean,
established too. So you got reputation there.
I might be a little bit biased, but come on, like I have actual reputation. I have an actual coin. This is way safer than any of those other random projects, even if they do get some hype. So yeah, and I have a feeling that, I mean, this has already jump started us. Dillcoin's back up like 30% today on ETH. On Matic and Base, we've been consistently trading above ETH. And I've noticed there's these cross chains and MEV bots that really are on top of it, which is sick. I saw the MEV bot was buying over thousands of dollars of ETH in one day when we launched on Base, which is really cool. Do you know? Oh yeah, I meant to ask you that. Are there MEV bots that will trade on dBridge or no?
No, but you don't need to. You just have to, if you have ETH if you have ETH on any chain or Solana, they could just monitor the contracts, and they could set up a way of regulating the prices.
I know Axelar actually has one because I've seen it hitting on Well, it was only hitting on Polygon for a while, but I'm pretty sure it's starting to hit on Base now too. But it's pretty dope because like I saw Polygon getting out of whack, and then all of a sudden I saw this MEV bot starting hitting it, and then it transfers to Polygon. It waits like the full 20 minutes or whatever, because nothing's as fast as D-Bridge. I mean, D-Bridge should be the safest one. Like, I'm surprised they don't already have their own. I'm thinking Axelar owns the MEV bot. Like, who else would be running an MEV bot on a random Axelar, like, small coin? Like, it must be them.
Well, you don't need to even transfer. You don't need to transfer. You could just, if you have
swap.
Look at this system. You don't need to swap. You just like say like, okay, so like if I use, all you do is monitor the price differences. If you have DIL on ETH and you have DIL on Polygon, and if you have ETH and DIL tokens in your pocket, whatever amount, like thousands of dollars, and you have thousands of dollars of Polygon and DIL, then all you do is that if you see the prices lower on the ETH side, you sell your DIL on Polygon.
Well,
you just sell and buy. You don't need to transfer.
I usually don't have enough funding to be doing that all the time. But is there a way to use D-Bridge to like take two multi-chain assets and start an LP? Like, what if I had an LP between like DIL on ETH and DIL on Polygon or something?
Yeah, you can't cross-chain the liquidity like that. I mean, you can do different tokens too. Like, I mean, like you could do like an earn Sol. You know, you could do that. You know, because they're on Solana.
They're both Sol, yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
Yeah. You can do an earn Sol pool. I'd say earn
like,
DIL
with
pool.
The D-Bridge tech, it's like they're almost to the level where you could like maybe have like earn on Sol and earn on Base in a pool together, like because D-Bridge is pretty close to like being like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they have their cross-chain swap option where you can go back and forth if you have the liquidity there.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Well, maybe that would work. I don't know. That's interesting. Pretty sweet. Well, I'm also
no, it makes sense, and it's.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's cool, man, because you're basically powering off of the hype that's there. People are actually doing this, and so it just works because there are going to be individuals actually that are going to just chasing these things, and so it makes sense.
Yeah, man, it's good. I suggest even trying it. I'm thinking of trying something for Base. I mean, shit, that could be cool. Let's try it. Fuck it. Yeah, anyway, cool. That's all good to know. I like D-Bridge. Pretty cool. We're gonna be on the Sol soon. We should well, also I've been thinking of coming over to BNB, and I was thinking of getting active on BNB and then deploying some pools with all the different tokens, the flamelings.
I mean, you can connect them all together. I mean, that's the cool thing about when you go cross-chain. It's your same token, and you can establish connections between tokens on that chain. And if a token on that chain moves a lot, especially at a small cap, then all it's doing is raising the price of your token that's connected to that token. It's this whole web of things you can create to keep the train moving. And that's the whole game, right, of creating a project. You want to establish or put your hooks in as many things as possible so the thing just keeps on running and running and running. And the more connections, the more blockchains, the more tokens you're tied to, the more exchanges that you're on, the more you're in people's pockets, the better the more sustainable a project is. And that's the whole game, right? You launch this thing and it starts off on one chain with one liquidity pool day one, and then you start your expansion campaign. Platforms, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, interoperability, different blockchains, exchanges, utility, NFTs, and you just keep growing it out, as much as possible so that it becomes this beast of a project. But yeah, it's a good way to expand, do different change. I think everyone should be doing it because it's just one part of the game, to expand out, to connect. I mean, that's what we're doing with these Flameling tokens and the NFTs and different blockchains, and that's why we decided it was good to move to CoinMarketCap and getting updated on the different platforms with your socials because it's just expansion. and there's many ways to do that, to like keep growing the token. And it's not all just market cap go up. There's a lot of things that happen with the token that show that it is expanding and growing its ecosystem. But some people just worry about price, and that's only one small piece to everything. I mean, it's a measuring tool, of course, but it's not everything that's happening with a token. Just, price go up, price go down,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that could be cool. I definitely thinking of that next. Probably after Solana. But dude, the way this is going, it's win-win. Like, if we want to go over to BNB next, might as well just get on top of that. Like, I'm so surprised how well Solana went. Like, it passed Polygon and Base in 2 days. So I'm just like, holy shit, these cross-chain things can really help us.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing you just need to do, I mean, it's dependent, like, one thing happen, you do these liquidity raise, pre-sales, you're getting all this base ETH, or you're getting this BNB, or you're getting this Solana. Then you have to take the Solana or the base ETH or whatever, and you have to go get the tokens. Or if you don't have the tokens, already purchased or in a treasury, which you said you do. But yeah, you can just buy them off market. And then once you have the tokens off market, you can then move them over to Solana and then airdrop people those tokens, which builds up your liquidity on the Solana side. Tokens. You're purchasing these tokens on. So if you're purchasing the tokens on ETH, are you adding to your Solana liquidity, or are you just buying them off the ETH side?
Yeah, we're adding. Right now we have like 2/3 on Solana still, just to add to the LP. But the other 1/3, is still there because we put it all into ETH. So it hasn't gone anywhere.
I see. So you're taking some of the SOL and you're buying tokens off of ETH, and then you're taking some of the SOL and adding that to liquidity
on SOL.
And then you're taking some of the rest of the SOL and you're buying more tokens to get ready for the airdrop. Or no, you just already have the tokens.
We have the tokens for the airdrop, but I already bought a significant amount. I mean, let's see. I bought one. It works out. The math works out. I literally bought 1/3 of what we need for the airdrop because I took 1/3 of the money and bought on ETH. So the math actually is the same. So I bought 1/3 of the airdrop, and I took 1/3 of the SOL. But it's still there.
No, that makes sense.
Just in ETH now, right? It's just literally the SOL is still there. It's just in ETH.
Cool, man. No, it's a cool idea. I mean, to raise liquidity on different chains. I mean, that's the whole thing. When you go cross-chain, you either need two options. You pay out of pocket, or you figure out a way to raise liquidity on the other chain. I mean, sometimes people do it just decentralized. So some people might do it just on their own entirely, just add liquidity, which just takes more time. But with the meta being out there, it's a way to go about doing it. It's just if the numbers make sense, you go through it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, you usually need the tokens, though. That's a given, right? You either need the tokens or you need to already purchase the tokens.
Yeah, right. I mean, which most people are launching these meme coins with no treasury, and so they put themselves in a position where it's harder to do that. But it depends. If you have a treasury, then you can do it. But yeah, it does involve a little bit of supply expansion. But here's the thing. I also have almost enough tokens that I purchased off the market in my wallet for the entire sale. So that's just over the last few months of purchasing.
So it's kind of like an OTC. So in a way, it's like an OTC.
That is exactly right. I think OTC is the best comparison.
Yeah. So Gempad has this option to do this. They have an OTC option if you already have the tokens. And what they do, you just offer. That's why I was asking the rate. You guys, you pick the rates that you want to sell these tokens for. So if you have a shit ton of tokens, you can go to Gympad and you can say, I want to do they call it a special sell, where you take tokens that you have, either you purchased or you pre-allocated, and say you want to raise money utilizing this. And this is like similar to like Binance Launchpad does this, where if you, and this is why some projects when they launch, they don't put all their tokens into liquidity, because they want the option to be able to raise money for something else later, especially if the token is valued, worth X. And so you can go to these launch pads and you can say, I want to do a special sell of these tokens at this price, which is usually cheaper on these platforms than the market price. And then you can do what's called like vesting. This is so like say you wanted to raise, thousands of dollars, worth of ETH with the deal that you have. Well, you don't want to give these tokens to them at like 75% discount, because they're just going to sell the damn tokens. But you can make it so that if they enter this special sell, that you can make it so they're vested for a month or even a year, whatever you pick. And so you get the ETH that you can use for whatever for the ecosystem, and then they get those tokens, but the tokens don't unlock until X date. And that makes it, that's one way to go about doing it too. But I've seen those happen a lot, the OTC vesting, and a lot of platforms like PinkCell and Gympad, they have that option. And it's a way to raise money if you have the tokens, versus just selling them on the market, at one rate, because a lot of people do that. They have tokens and they want to sell them for marketing, but you're dumping the damn things on the chart. And it's like, well, why don't you just take the tokens to a platform and do a special sell that doesn't sell anything, that locks the tokens investing, and then you have your ETH right there. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people think you just market dump your tokens, and that's the only way to get funding for things. There's so many different ways to like utilize tokens that you have versus just selling them on the chart. But I guess people are learning, how the game is played out there still. Or just directly O2C. You say like, hey, I have tokens, well, you got to make sure it's a trusted source, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it.
I think people just want to send their ETH to a random address more than they want to go through some official site. It's crazy, but it's just how this market is, man. They're just like, oh, random address that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to send my ETH there. Oh, website with locked liquidity. It's not a stinky website with locked liquidity. Oh, bore me to death.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is wild.
Bore me to death, brother.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea. To do that, because if you're just giving the tokens to them for fair market value at a set time. So if you just say like tokens will be dropped at fair market value and all tokens will be go into liquidity, then it's just utilizing how people do with this new meta going on. So they're just sending their tokens in. They're sending their tokens in to get airdropped. And yeah, you're right. They're not going to even research or read that they'll even exist on ETH. They just want the tokens.
It's like an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle trying to explain it to even people that put their money in.
Yeah. No, I get it, man.
It's crazy, but it's true. Even trying to explain what we're doing to people that put their money in, they're like, all right. Oh, it's on.
It's too much research. Too much research.
Like, all right. Whatever. We're in a crazy market, man. Crazy market.
Right.
So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try something on base too.
Yeah, we're on base, but we haven't built up our base there yet. We're just slow about it with our rollout. We're mostly spending a lot of time with our BNB expansion. And Solana, we just recently paid for our DEX tools update in Solana because it's been out there long enough. But we're going to work on expanding Solana in the future. I got some ideas for that. But Yeah, I mean, liquidity expansion, different chains, it's really the way to go. You know, if you want to grow your project, it's just ideal to do that.
Do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people don't go that route.
True. It's true. Yeah, it might be worth it.
Yeah, I heard Buddha did that recently. Buddha went to Wormhole recently.
Yeah,
utilizing Solana, using Wormhole to do Solana, which is cool.
Yep, Buddha's going to Wormhole. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was talking to him last night. Yeah, we've just managed to move really fast on this. I'm glad we did. It gives us a lot of room to be flexible. All right, man, I'm about to try it. Let's see if this works. Yo, if this works, you can hop on the meta. But I'm about to just do it only on Warpcaster now because I don't want to mess with our Solana presale. But guess what? I haven't even connected Warpcaster, and like Warpcaster, I only post about Dylan Base. So I never even posted the Solana presale there. So now I'm gonna start a.
It's because people are searching the word pre-sale on X. It's one of the top search words.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
here's the thing about the presale on Solana. The biggest person put in like 20-something SOL, and he was just like, "Yeah, I've been rugged by so many meme coin presales on Solana. So since this isn't a rug, I'm gonna put in a bunch of SOL." And I'm like, "All right, thanks, bro. Let's do it." I mean, I'm confident. All right, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Wow.
No way this is gonna work. If this actually works, then the crypto space is not real. All right, look on my. Are you on Farcaster?
I'm not yet.
You have to
No.
get on Farcaster for the launch of Earn on base, man. That's where it all goes down.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I haven't seen a lot of pre-sales on there, but I just posted one on there. It says new meme coin pre-sale for airdrop bonus, like, repost, and drop address. Deal on base growing fast. To grow the LP, we having a sale. Send ETH2 address, and then 100% to LP. 50% buys, 50% ads. No way this is gonna work. It's kind of funny.
Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at something else.
Good.
Oh, that's not the wallet. So, yes, that was the plan. They had somebody sniped the that burn. So
Oh yeah.
the launch just happened with burn, and somebody sniped 22% on the launch.
Wow.
That's how that goes. And the market cap, the liquidity is the same. I don't know. Actually, they're below it a little bit. And that wallet hasn't dumped yet. You know, it reminds me of a flaming launch. That wallet's gonna dump at some point.
Yeah. But some others did already heavy, like you see some 12 grand let go.
Well, not yet. That wallet still has all its tokens.
You're not
in
that
it.
one, but other wallets. Oh no, actually, it's sold.
Yeah.
It makes the same.
So what's weird is that there's only 48 holders. Is that right? Yes, that's right. There's only 48 holders.
Yeah.
Less
47.
because we're not including the burn wallet, the liquidity wallet. So 50 holders and one person has 12% of the supply.